Hello, everybody. Welcome to another RLQ live stream. I had to postpone tonight's uh, live stream because I had to fix that whole echo thing I had for my last time. Couldn't fix it. Shell was actually with me the past half an hour trying to fix this up. But thank you so much for everybody that was sitting around and waiting because I told you guys it was going to be at 7:30, but I ended up starting late. So can you guys hear me okay? I did the test sound with Shell. She said it was fine on her end, but I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Okay, Kenya, are you still here? And Esmeralda and Patty, are you still here? And Sai was here early. She was here early, but she told me that she was going somewhere tonight, so I'm not sure if she's going to be able to stick around. But can you guys hear me okay? Um, I know Shell. Can you see the chat? You can't see the chat. I can see her on the camera. Oh, maybe because you're on the I can see you on the thing over here. Um, thank you so much, Kelly. You made it. Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much. I you know how usually I do my lives on my birthday, but I'm having dinner tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it in the evening. If anything, it would probably be in the afternoon, but I'll probably be busy. So I want to do the live today because I do want to talk about miracles, about the quote that I wrote. I forgot to put it down at the bottom, but you guys saw the image of it, right? About the miracles. You can hear my voice very good, Kelly. Great. Sai decided to come. I'm so happy. Good morning, Sai. Yes, I will send you pictures later if I can. Oh, that'd be so great. When are you going? When are you going, Sai? Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin. How are you doing? Glad you can join. And Patty's still here. Helen is here. You guys can hear me okay? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Yeah, so I can't believe tomorrow's my birthday. It's already been a year. I remember like last year I was in my car. And yeah, you guys remember. I know Shell, you probably remember, and Sai, I cried on my birthday because it was just a big moment for me. Rita, you made it. I remember Rita. Nihal is you. Thank you so much, Rita, for joining. I was just talking about how I was trying to fix my sound. That's why there was a little delay. I wanted to start actually a little bit at 7:30, like my usual time, but I can fix it. But hopefully, when we oh, you're going swimming. That's awesome. Caitlin, I can hear you. So excited and happy to see you. So excited to see you too, Caitlin. I'm so glad you joined. This isn't your first time here, Caitlin, on my YouTube lives, have it? Is it? How young are you going to be? Esmeralda, how old do you think I am? I'm not going to tell you my age, but I want you to make a guess. My birthday is the 12th. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Rita. Oh yeah, that's right, Rita. Your birthday's on the 12th. You're actually the same birthday as my daughter. Yeah, her birthday is tomorrow as well too. And the funny thing is when she was my firstborn, right? So I was actually at the hospital because my wife's water broke on at our birthday dinner. So I was like, oh my gosh, is my first child going to be born on the same day as me? And I thought that was going to be a miracle, right? But I guess while she was inside, she's like, oh, I don't want to share the same birthday as my dad. So she waited like an hour or two and came out like literally like on the 12th, like in right like at 1 o'clock or 2 a.m. around that time. Wow, Esmeralda. 32. Wow, I take that as a huge compliment, Esmeralda. I think you're in your mid 30s, no more than 40. Wow, Patty. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I mean, that just made my day. I'm gonna keep it at that. Like the 32, 40-ish. Okay, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. You guys are amazing. But tomorrow my plans are I'm just going to basically just try to relax and spend time with my family and obviously we're gonna be going out for a birthday dinner. I'm gonna have my cake and then open presents like usual. But I think these are the moments that I always looked forward to, especially the time when I was going through my anxiety and depression, because I didn't think that I was going to have those days again, right? Where I can actually spend time with my family and laugh and I missed all those days, when I was going through that darkness, because I just couldn't see it in my future, right? And today's quote about miracles is about your future, about like always having hope and never stop believing, right? Especially don't stop believing miracles because they do happen. They happen every day. They happen to many people every single day, right? And I know you might be on the other side waiting, okay, when's my turn? When am I going to get my miracles? But however, you may have already a miracle may have happened to you sometime in your past, right? Maybe it's not something big like you won the lottery or something, but they could be small things, right? That you're like, I can't believe that just happened to me, right? So I want you to come in. Anybody who wants to come live tonight. Patty was here, Sai was here, and Rita was here, and Nana was here for my last stream. We had a fun time. Fun time. So if you do have a miracle, I'm just gonna ask you tell you in advance that if you did have a miracle and you would love to share it with us, please let me know. Sai's still here. Today is also a birthday of my nephew. That's why we celebrate on the beach. Wow, I'd love to celebrate my birthday on the beach. Sai, take me there. Love you more, my dear friend. Esmeralda, thank you so much, Esmeralda. Patty, you look like you my kids' age, and they are 44, almost 45, and almost 47, but he passed away 13 as well. I have my daughter and nine wonderful grandchildren. That's amazing, Patty. I'm nine. That's amazing. I hope I can get that many grandchildren too. Caitlin says, I work in mental health as a psychotherapist. Logotherapy and hope are beautiful. Oh, that's great, Caitlin. You are actually helping a lot of people too as well, right? And it feels great though, right? To know that you're there for other people. And sometimes I know it's difficult for people when they do see a psychotherapist because they have a lot of issues of their own, but just you and your presence and you helping other people, that's a beautiful thing. Esmeralda, I always look forward to seeing you. Oh, that's so sweet, Esmeralda. I'm so glad you joined. I'm so glad you joined. So, yeah, so miracles, that quote that I'm going to be talking about today is one of my most popular quotes because I think all of us deep inside where, we think about those miracles, and especially if you're going through like a really tough time, you're just hoping that this miracle is going to happen to you, right? So, Patty says, "How do you look like you tomorrow? We celebrate my granddaughter's and my daughter's 13th birthday. So you share to know that you were there for a birthday with my Sadie Grace. Sadie Grace. Esmeralda, I have 20. What? I have 20 grandkids, 10 boys and 10 girls. Did you guys hear that? I think that's a miracle of its own. That's amazing, Esmeralda. You are so blessed. Wow. I wish I could have 20. Well, 20 is a lot, but still, I wouldn't mind. I love children. Patty says, I have so many miracles in my life and to happen to me as well as my son who died 8 times. So if that isn't a miracle, I don't know what is. So that's amazing that you can recognize that those are miracles, right? Esmeralda says, glad to be here and thank you for inviting me. You're very, very welcome, Esmeralda. Kenya, hey Kenya, how are you doing? My birthday's coming too. When's your birthday, Kenya? Kelly, my little brother turns 45 tomorrow also. Wow. There's a whole bunch of birthdays tomorrow on the 11th and the 12th. Wait, Kenya, is it your brother's birthday is November 11th? It is because it's tomorrow, right? You're celebrating the 10th. It's the 10th for you too, right? Wow, tell him happy birthday. Happy birthday. Esmeralda and 7 kids, 5 boys, 2 girls. And Kenya has 10 grandkids. Wow, just you guys alone. That's a lot of grandchildren. I need to join the club, but not now. I love kids, but I don't know. I can't see myself like granddad. Am I granddad? Do I look? I mean, it doesn't matter what age you are, right? But like if it does happen, I'll feel blessed because I love kids. I love kids so much. Hi, Sai. I'm gonna have you online, Sai, with Shell because Shell's waiting here. I'm gonna bring. You know what? I'm gonna bring Shell in first because she's been waiting, and then I want to bring in Sai because they're actually friends on Facebook now, and I love to have both of them together at once. So I'm gonna talk about my miracle later, okay? But I want you guys to share yours because I know it's you guys. I don't want to take too much of your time, and I really want to see you guys. Sai and Rita both had to break their fear of shyness, and they did that on my last live stream, and I think they have. You guys aren't afraid anymore, right? To come live. And Patty's waiting too because Patty was. Hey Kenya, are you ready tonight? Kenya, are you gonna come? You're gonna come live? Okay, I'm gonna add Shell here. You guys know her. I mentioned you guys a lot about Shell and her cute little dog Bean. She had him on a. I think she has her on a. Do you have Bean on your lap? Okay, I'm gonna add Shell. Everybody, I'm going to introduce Shell. Amazing person. I love her so much. Here she is.
Hello.
There you go. There you go. Hi, Shell.
Yeah. My miracle's right here.
There. Bam. Bean.
He's looking like, come on, you get this thing out of my face.
His eyes. Oh my gosh, Bean. How are you doing, Bean?
He's like, you're
not
waking
gonna
me up,
react
leave me
to her
alone, let me
owner.
go to sleep. He wants to go back to
Oh my
sleep.
gosh, it's so cute. So how
Okay, go back to
is
sleep.
your Shell?
Okay, go back to sleep. Night night.
First, I want to say thank you for helping me with this audio thing because I mean it didn't turn out the way I wanted, but you were there for me, and that was amazing. So I want to know before the miracle happened to you in your life, what was your life like before Bean
Before
finally?
Bean, I was a lot into my previous career. As you know, I was an early childhood teacher for 18 years, so did that for quite a while. And I was still doing it when Bean came into my life. And before him,
Hello. Sorry, Helen says I'm echoing. Does anybody else hear the echo? Shell, do you hear the echo? No? Okay.
mm-mm.
I'm just going to put the volume down a little bit, so maybe you won't be able to hear the echo. Okay, Shell, go ahead.
But
Helen, tell
before
me if you hear
Bean,
the
my
echo,
life was pretty much, it was empty. It was like I was missing something I never knew existed.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me unconditional love, gave me, friendships, protection, meaning.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely changed my life, like in so many different ways.
Oh. I mean, that's the same thing that happened to me when Kona came to my life. I just want to fix this echo thing. Rita, do you hear the echo still? There is a big echo on the computer. Is it echoing now still? She has to mute herself. Try that, maybe. How do you mute yourself? If you mute yourself, you won't be able to. Would you be able to? Would I be able to hear you?
If I mute myself,
Yeah. Can you talk? But I can't hear you. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing?
you can
Is
read
it
my
my voice
lips.
that's echoing, or is it Shell's voice that's echoing? Okay. So, hi, Jackie. So, this echo thing is killing me. Okay, let's try bringing some. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'm gonna ask. Hey, Trisha, you're here. Hi, Trisha. Oh my gosh, this echo thing is killing me. Okay, we're gonna try bringing someone else in. I want to see if there's a difference. Okay, who wants to come in right now? Okay, the echo is just coming from me. So, I mean, you guys probably can't hear the echo now, right? How about this? Hi, Trisha. Trisha, can you hear an echo? Or you can hear an echo. We were testing this for like 30 minutes, trying to get rid of this echo. It's still echoing. You see how different? Like last time I did it, there was no echo. But this time, there is an echo. Okay, how about this? Okay, Sean, I'm gonna just remove you for a second. Can you guys hear an echo now? It only happens when I bring someone on, right? Hi, Narita. How are you doing? I'm so glad you guys are all here. Is it still echoing right now when Shell is actually off? So my voice is fine when I don't have a guest on. So, yeah, okay. So it is someone. Okay. So I have Shell off right now. Who wants to come on right now? I like to see someone I didn't see yet, and because I know Pat, I'm gonna bring you on, Patty. I promise you, I'm gonna bring you, Patty, on because I love talking to you. Who? No, okay. Esmeralda, would you like to be a guest right now, live? Do you have earbuds? I do have headphones, but I didn't get a chance to set it up properly. So I think that's something that I'm probably gonna have to do. I think that has a lot to do with it. So if I have my headphones on, that way you won't be able to hear the echo, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot. I didn't put that. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so here's the link. All you got to do is you click that link. Click that link. When you actually see the link, all you have to do is just enter your name, and then it'll take you right to this room where you'll be with me, and then we can all talk and stuff like that. All right, Esmeralda, I'm so ready to see you. Norita, are you ready tonight? I want you guys to share your miracle. And this echo thing, you know what? Maybe when you come on, I won't talk. and all you have to do is come in, and then you can tell me your story. That way, you don't have to hear my echo. And Sai is going to come because Sai, I honestly want you to come to see Shell. You guys can talk with each other while I hide in the background because when I talk, you guys hear the echo, right? But you guys don't hear my echo now, right? So everything's good. Everything's good. I need to fix this because I want to make this. I want this to run smoothly, and there's always something. There's usually sound, that's always in the way. But I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. So you guys see the link? All you got to do is click it, and when you click it, I will see you on my screen, and then I could just add you on to the room here. But I do want to talk since I'm waiting for someone to come. I guess I'm going to talk to and Shell. Sorry, I'm just going to wait till someone comes in because I'm not sure if it's on your side or if it happens to someone else, then it's probably I'm going to do it mine. All right, I see Sai, but I don't see her face. Oh, I do. She's outside. Hi, Sai.
Hi, good morning.
Oh my gosh, look at the weather. Hey, my voice isn't echoing.
We are here on.
Oh my gosh, Sai, you. Wait, hold on. Before, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay.
I can't hear you loud, sir.
You can't hear me?
I am here outside. No.
Sai, you're amazing. So Sai's spending time right now. Is it so loud on my end or is it so loud on Sai's end?
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sai, can you hear me?
Okay. Happy birthday, Sir Roger.
Thank you so much, Sai. You're such an amazing person. I wish I was there.
Hello, everyone.
I see Kenya's like.
Wait.
Kenya says we want.
I will tour you. I will tour you where I am.
Okay. Patty, you're amazing too. But Sai, see, I told you, Sai is incredible, right? Oh my.
See them all?
Okay, good.
See them all?
Fadia, hi Fadia, how you doing? Look at your Sai. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, guys. Hi everyone.
Happy birthday! Sing happy birthday! Happy birthday, Sir
Thank you so
Journey!
much, Sai.
Enjoy your day!
Hi. Oh wait, I'm gonna bring Shell on, okay?
I'm outside!
I think so. Shell, I think.
Hi, Sai.
This Sai is here.
I'm jealous for the sun.
I'm here outside!
It looks gorgeous.
I'm here
Okay, well, give me one second. Okay, Shell, hold on one second. I'm just gonna move for a second. I just want you guys to be on the screen. Okay. Caitlin?
Bye, everyone! Thank you, Sir Roger. Happy birthday! I will leave now.
Okay, thank you so much, Sai. I'll see you soon.
See you soon!
Bye. Love you so much. Okay, so everything's cool now. Everything's good. I have a good night from Ontario, Canada. Wait, Caitlin, which part of Ontario, Canada are you from? You might live close by to me, actually, if you were in Ontario. But can you believe that weather? Oh my gosh! See, that's what I'm talking about when I want to travel the world. Norita, your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Roger. Well, if it is November 11th for you, Norita, today, it was beautiful, Kelly. I'm just picturing myself there right now and enjoying those guys because they're having so much fun. Oh, you're in Ottawa. Hey, Caitlin, I go to Ottawa. My daughters live there. So next time I go to Ottawa, I want to visit her or visit them, actually. I will let you know. That'd be awesome. Hey, Caitlin. Oh, I love Ottawa. Ottawa's great. Happy birthday to you tomorrow, Roger. Thank you so much, Trisha. Yeah, it is my birthday tomorrow because right now it's November 10th. So if you are in the Philippines or on the other side of the world, it's on November 11th to you right now. But yeah, my birthday is November 11th. So it's happening soon, actually. It's happening in 3.5 hours. So it is Remembrance Day here in Canada. And we wear the poppies and stuff like that. So It is a special day, but not only is it Remembrance Day a special day. I didn't know about this maybe 8 to 9 years ago about the numbers 1111, right? That they are angelic numbers. That whenever you see that say like 1111 in the clock, when you kind of like look over sometimes to see what time it is, and all of a sudden you see 1111, that's like a sign that there are angels around you, and there are higher like the higher frequency vibrational non-physical forms are surrounding you. So make a wish when you see 1111, because it is a special time, because they are very special numbers. And so if you do see them somewhere, anywhere, like on a receipt, on a license plate, anywhere, if you see those numbers 1111, just close your eyes and make a wish. Okay. And also, not only that, but synchronicity with time. If you ever notice that when you're like want to check out the time and you look at the clock and it says like 222, 444, 555, 333, and so forth, that means that you are in tuned, right? And you are in sync with the universe, which means that, when I talk a lot about like trusting your journey and all that, that kind of is a sign to tell you that you're on the right track. Okay, so the next time you look at the clock and you see these numbers that are in sync, like remind yourself that if you're going through something tough, or your day's not going well, and you do see these numbers, right? It's just to remind you that everything is going to be okay. You are on the right track, right? You just have to deal with whatever you have to deal with, but eventually everything's going to be okay. Kenya says, "You're an angel," says Trisha. Thank you so much. Fadia says, "Oh my God, I see 1111 all the time." And that, Fadia, is amazing, because that means you are heading the right direction and everything is going to be okay. And it's the angels telling you that you are going to be okay. Remember that, okay? Because when you feel it, I want you to feel it. When you see those numbers, I want you to feel it deep within you, to remind yourself that, everything is going to be okay. All right. I have to do that sometimes too, right? I see them all the time too, but it is a good reminder. Kenya says, "It's always a pleasure to be here with you, Roger." Thank you so much, Kenya. I love you so much. You mean so much to me too. Trisha says, "My client's birthday tomorrow too. He'll be 25. Happy birthday to Matt." Happy birthday, Matt. If you end up watching this live stream, this is from Trisha. Wow, 25 years young, huh? That's I remember when I was 25, which was yesterday. No, just kidding. Melinda, happy birthday. Thank you so much, Melinda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. Yes, 444 is definitely a very, very special number too. So if you see 444, there it is. It is all about synchronicity. And those are special angelic numbers too, right? So tomorrow, if you're not having a good day, remember it's 1111. So you even notice now, it's funny that there are like 1111 sales. It's like Black Friday or like Boxing Day. They have like 1111 sales now. Like if you're on like Wish or Temu or AliExpress, you'll see that they have 1111 sales. So it's pretty funny how far they took it, but it is a special day, right? And I'm very blessed to be born on that day. I think maybe that's why, I am who I am. I just love helping people, and I love spreading love, and seeing people happy, right? I believe that it has a lot to do with the day I was born. Not only that, but because my mom, she brought me up really well. And also another thing I figured out too, I was like, so what makes it special for people that are born on like in November, right? Like for someone to be born on November 11th, right? So I had to backtrack. So I'm thinking that, there had to be a couple and they were doing something during Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day, if you fast forward like 9-10 months later, would be around November, in the mid-November, right? So I'm thinking, so Valentine's Day and November, like mid-November, kind of connect with each other. So I was thinking about that. I wonder if that's just the universe putting everything together, making everything work. Bye, Sai. Thank you so much for that video. And you did it. You were so busy, but yet you came live. You're amazing. Trisha says, "I'm glad you could join Melinda and meet Roger on here." Melinda's your friend. Hi, Melinda. How are you doing? Oh, do you guys live together, like in the same state? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Trisha, for introducing Melinda here. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe And if you see the like button right there, if you could please click the like button for my video, it'd be so awesome. Does anybody else want to come on? I have Shell. I'm going to bring her back on really soon. So I'm going to put this link here again. Who says that they couldn't join? Oh, she was at I think it was a birthday party somewhere in the Philippines. It was like a party, right? You can see everyone was like having so much fun. Oh man, I'd love to be there. I'd love to be there. Click that link, and then I know Patty wanted to try to come on. Does anybody want to come on and share your miracle story before I tell mine? I mean, you guys heard about one of them, but I mean, I have a couple more that I would like to talk about because remember, miracles are something that they don't happen like every day to you. I mean, it happens every day, but to like every like 8 billion people in the world. But for yourself, I realize that miracles really do come when you need it the most, right? So it's not something that's going to happen once a week or something. I mean, they're called miracles for a reason. They're like 1 in a million chance, right? It's like almost winning the lottery is kind of like a miracle, right? But sometimes you have to look at it as you look at the smaller miracles first of all, right? You have to think about, just waking up in the morning is a miracle. You being alive today is a miracle. If you have kids or grandchildren, those are miracles. Those are the small miracles that we don't think about. But if you do think about it, they make a big difference about what your perspective is about your life, and not your life, but the world around you, right? Whoops. Trisha, we have known each other since high school and beauty school, and we worked at a salon together a long time. Okay, so you guys are like super nice friends then, super awesome friends. That's amazing. Uh, oh man, you know what? I don't think I have any friends that I still. I mean, I know they're on my Facebook, my Facebook, but I don't really hang around with. I don't really have a best friend from high school or even elementary school or even university. But I do spend a lot of time with my family. And my brother is my best friend. Like you guys met him already. But I think it's because I spend a lot of time at home. I work from home, right? So I spend a lot of time at home. But yeah, but even if you have someone like your best friend, like Melinda and Trisha, you guys are best friends. That is just something to be very grateful for. You are blessed. And even having a best friend could be a miracle too, right? So, we don't think about it as miracles, but I mean, if you do think of it that way, you can think about like how many people don't have best friends, but I do. Someone that I can trust, right? Someone that makes me happy, someone who's going to be my rock, who's someone who's going to be there for me no matter how hard it gets. And it could be like Bean, right, Shell? Bean Bean is like your miracle and he's your rock, and no matter what's going to happen, he's always going to be there for you, right? Loving you unconditionally. I think that's like the most important thing, right? Me, it says you have to be on a computer. Really? You can't use your phone? Because Shell actually was on her phone. Oh, that's too bad. Patty says, I'm still best friends with my third grade best friend and my high school best friend. My third grade best friend lives 5 minutes away. Now that's amazing, Patty. Like to have someone that close. Grade 3, that's a miracle. I mean, that's huge. That's crazy. My sister actually married someone that she met in grade 5, grade 6 in elementary school. But there was a time where they didn't see each other for a long time, but they somehow met at a reunion party, right? And my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law now, they, after that day, they, got together, and they've been married for many, many years. So, even those chance meetings I would consider as miracles too, right? Just what are the chances that you end up meeting that specific person on that specific day, and then you end up living the rest of your life with that person, right? So you could call it like it was your destiny to meet. It could be just, you could call it whatever you want, but you can also say that it was a miracle too, right? What do we got here? We are 65. Oh wow. Oh, Dorinda. Hi, Dorinda. Nice for you to join. Thank you so much. Dorinda, would you like to come live and share your story? Kenya, my mom is here and I won't feel comfortable to talk. That's why I can't go. Okay, that's fine. She would judge me and say something afterwards, so maybe next time. I totally understand that, Kenya. Whenever you're ready. Kelly says my miracle is my twins, and yes, you know what? I always wanted twins. I think my wife wanted twins too because she was like, "Well, we can have 2 kids and on that same day, right?" So that's amazing, Kelly. I would love to have twins. I mean, it's never too late, but I don't know. My kids are getting a lot older now, but I'm ready. If I'm supposed to have another kid sometime, anytime, I'd be like, okay, I'm ready. But twins would be amazing. Twins. Oh my God, you're so lucky, Kelly. You are so lucky. I have my headphones so she won't hear anything. Okay. I'm gonna bring Shell back on because you guys are probably gonna hear a little bit of echo, but we're gonna try to do this. I won't talk as much because I know my voice is going to echo. Hi, Shell. Thank you for waiting.
No problem.
Okay, so my question is, when how did Bean enter your life? Like, did you expect him to come into your life? Were you looking for a dog, or was it just something that happened?
I was actually looking for a dog in late 2012. Was supposed to meet a dog that I found via Craigslist, like right around the holidays, and that fell through.
How long
And
ago?
then New Year's Eve, right before 2013, I found another ad on Craigslist. I just happened to call the number, and I talked to the lady who considered herself his nana. She told me about him, how he was born into a litter of 5 puppies. So he had a brother and 3 sisters, and she lived like maybe half an hour from where I lived. I could come see him at any time. So we had set up for January 5th, which was a Saturday. But she had sent me a picture prior to meeting him, after I was done talking to her on the telephone, and I just fell in love with the picture. And he was just so tiny. His ears weren't up. He was like 5 weeks old because his birthday is November 27, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I met him January 5th, 2013. He was in a playpen with his brother and his 3 sisters. And she told me I could hold them all. And he, as soon as I walked in, he pushed his face against the playpen and just like gave me a look like, "You're my mommy. I want you to pick me up now."
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I picked him up, and it was just, I felt something I never felt before. I just felt like an instant joy. I felt like, wow. She's like, "You can hold him all?" I'm like, "No, I think I'm okay with him." And he was just so tiny. He was like a pound. And he was 5.5 weeks old, like I said. And it's just like, I just fell in love with him. But I knew he couldn't come home right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stayed there for like 2 hours holding him. I'm like, I was cuddling with him, and he was just on,
How big was he? Was he like the size of my phone?
He was actually a little bit smaller. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture. I'll have to send it to you, the picture of him when I first met him.
Maybe the size of my mouth? Is this baby
Probably.
Bean?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if I can.
huge.
I don't know if I can show it, but I'll have to send it to you. But he was, yeah. So I gave her the deposit to hold him for me, and she would send me, would call me during my lunch break, like during the week, because she's like, because of my work schedule at the time, it was just so crazy, working crazy hours and everything too, and like having all this stuff after work, working a second job. I went up there the following Saturday, again, visited with him, held him for 2 hours, didn't want to leave him. And he was actually supposed to come home on January 22nd, when he would have been 8 weeks old exactly. However, she let me bring him home on January 19th, so I call that his gotcha day.
Mm-hmm.
And he came home with me at 7.5 weeks old. He was about 1.5 pounds or so. And yeah, we've been together ever since. So he'll be 11 November 27th. And we've been together since he was 7.5 weeks old.
Wow.
And for the past 6.5 years, it's just been me and him. So he's very protective over me. He's very territorial.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, every day I look forward to coming home to him. I wake up with him beside me. Right now he's asleep on me, almost snoring, and he knows I'm talking about him because he's giving me a look like, "Stop talking, mommy." If he could talk, he probably would say mommy.
I know what you mean. I mean, hold on. I'm gonna cut you off for a second so I can talk about the echo.
But he's brought me so much happiness. I mean, unconditional love. I mean, for as small as he is, at 7 pounds, he's the biggest and the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I never knew love like this ever existed.
I totally agree. And I'll talk about Kona. Give me 1 second. I'm just sorry, Sean. I'm just doing this because we don't hear the echo. But thank you so much for sharing your story. And that's what I taught. When Kona came into my life, that was another one of those miracles, right? Because you guys know the story how when my family was like, let's buy a dog, and I'm sitting there like, no, we can't buy a dog because you guys can. There is no way. How are you going to take care of both the dog and me? Because I felt like I needed so much attention because I didn't know how to take care of myself, right? But luckily they said, we don't care. We need to bring love back into the house. I didn't really understand how much a dog can change your life, right? So when they brought Kona home, it was like how Shell was talking about, like it was this love that you never thought that existed, especially coming from someone that's non-human, right? But I understood it because dogs give you unconditional love, so they don't judge you in any way. They are so loyal and they will always be there for you. And I think sometimes when we go through life, we kind of feel that there's a lot of things that we want and we don't get it, especially back in return from other people, right? Like, for example, if you are helping someone so much and then all of a sudden it's like they don't, it happens a lot in relationships, right? You put a lot into something, right? But then at the same time, you don't get any of that back in return, or maybe you get a little bit and you just kind of feel like, there's this lost connection, right? But with a dog, it's always there. It's always there, right? So, when she came into my life, and she has these markings on the back and they look like wings. They're like white, and we always say they're her angel wings. So we're like, God sent her to our family to heal me and to heal everyone around us because our family was falling apart, right? um Trisha says, my dog Coco Bina never leaves my side. Oh, that's so cute. Coco Bina, that's such a cute name. Coco Bina. I love that name. Yeah, so when I felt unloved, and it's not because I didn't feel loved by my family, because my family was loving me all day, right? But because of the separation, because I kept pushing myself away from them, I lost that connection of love, right? Besides my mother, because my mother was there for me 24/7, but it was my kids and my wife. There was like this wall that was like this thick, right? That I just there was no communication, right? And I was just so embarrassed as a father. But with Kona, when she was there, I didn't have those kind of feelings. I was able to hug her, I was able to talk to her, and I was able to just look into her. I just looked into her eyes, and that's all you need to do, right? And that helped me. She just spreads love, without having to do anything. So yes, Shell, you are so lucky to have Bean. Anyone who has a pet, whether it's a cat, dog, or whatever it may be, I mean, they are special, right? And that is one miracle. Thank you. She is a blessing from God. Yes, they are. They are. And that's why God and dog, I mean, dog spelled backwards is God, right? There's got to be a reason why dog is spelled God backwards. Okay. It's because they're just a gift from God, right? There was a story about dogs, about how God was like looking for like a loyal animal or something like. I can't remember how it went, but the last one remaining was the dog, right? And that's why God chose the dog and named it Dog, because of its loyalty, right? It's a story that goes something like that, but I thought it was special. Tammy says, I love my grandpup. His name is Saint. Oh, that's a beautiful name. I had a dog. Her name was Angel, actually. My first dog ever. She was an American Eskimo, but she didn't even make it to 2 years. And after she had an illness and she had to be put to sleep. But, after she passed away, oh my gosh, man, it was just like, I was so sad. Like, I, I was like, I'm never going to have another dog again because I just can't bear, like, if you think about it, like dogs, they'll last maybe like 15 years is a long time. Like if you're lucky, 17 years, but obviously don't last as long as as a human, right? But and then I was thinking, wait, what if I get another dog and it only lasts like a year? Am I gonna go sad again? But you have to think about the moments that you spent with them, right? How much value they are to your life, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. They have given you those special moments and those memories that you can cherish for the rest of your life, right? And they can change you as a person, right? Because we all know that nothing lasts forever, right? And like everyone has their time here on the planet, right? We all do, right? So, and then I was just like, we and the dogs make a big difference in your life. So we ended up getting more dogs, but Kona is so special because not only did she help heal me from my anxiety and depression, she brought our family back together again, which is amazing. One dog. All right. There's like 7, 8 people here in my household. Right. And she was able to do it. And it's just amazing. So thank you, God, for sending her to us. Dorinda, but I do have 3 cats and 1 dog, all grad animals. Wow, you have a lot of animals, Dorinda. I've had cats before. I'm more like a dog person. My daughter, my youngest daughter, she loves cats. She's like, Daddy, can we get a cat? I was like, nope, not until you move out, because I don't think Kona's gonna like that. I think dogs get like Kona, she gets jealous, man. And Dorinda says, I miss my cat Toby, passed away in 2022. He was 17 and a half years old. He was my cat, even though I got him for my daughter. He slept with me under the covers. And that's one of the things that you do miss, right? That if they're like spending time with you every single night, sleeping beside you, and then all of a sudden it's like almost like a human being, right? When anything or anyone passes away, you just remember those moments, right? So definitely, but 17 and a half years is a long time, right? So I guess you have to look back at those years that your cat was with you and say, thank you so much for being, a part of my life, right? Trisha says, my friend Sandy had to put her cat to sleep today. Her cat was over 15. It's so hard to get through. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that for your friend Sandy. It is tough. It's super tough. And we just have to remember, like I said before, right? We just got to remember those moments and cherish them as much as we possibly can, right? So another miracle that happened. Okay, this is the big miracle that happened to me. So there's 2 miracles that happened to me within a few years. Okay, one of them was my most recent miracle happened to me was on my birthday last year. So anybody that was on live with me on that day when I did my live stream was because it's not because it was my birthday, but it was because of what happened on that day. So I was reaching like close to 1 million followers, and I think I was about 1,500 subscribers away, I think around there. And I was thinking before I went to bed, like, there's no way that I'm going to hit 1 million followers on my birthday, because I need 1,500. So I need 1,500 followers before my birthday. And that rarely happens to get that many followers, like in less than 24 hours. Right. So I woke up. I didn't expect anything, right? I went to my computer and I went to my Facebook page, and the first thing I saw was 1 million, right? And I was like, that can't be right. There's no way I got 1,500 followers in like less than 24 hours, but it happened, right? So what are the chances that and that's a huge milestone, okay, to hit 1 million. But it landed on my birthday, right? So I'm just like, thank you so much for making this happen, because it's like, and that's why I cried. And not only that, because it was also because my daughter, who never watches my Facebook live, she actually came on that night to wish me a happy birthday, right? She was in Ottawa. She was in Ottawa at the time. And so those things happened to me, and so I cried because I was crying because I was so happy. And it made me look back at everything that I went through to that day, right? Just to say, wow, Roger, you've really come a long way. All those days that you told yourself that you weren't going to be happy, that you weren't going to smile, that you weren't going to heal yourself, that you weren't going to be successful, that you had no life, that you had no future. Like, look where you are today. Like, and not only that, but like, after healing yourself, you have been able to, share your story, and you've been able to, write your quotes and do your videos and your live streams to help as many people as you possibly can, right? That's what you wanted to do. That is your goal and that's your mission, right? And I look back at that, and that's why I talk a lot about never giving up and always having hope and faith and believing yourself and believing that good things will happen, can happen, right? Like you just have to look at tomorrow because unless you're a fortune teller or you can predict the future, which you probably which you're probably not, right? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So that's why miracles, you always have to believe in them because your miracle can happen like tomorrow. It can even happen right before you go to bed. You just never know. Your life can change in 1 second, right? That's how amazing it is about your future. And that's why I talk a lot about, try not to say bad things to yourself. Try not to tell yourself that your future is going to be horrible, that there's going to be darkness, this darkness is going to last forever, that you're never going to get to a point where you're going to be on the top of that mountain where everybody wants to be, right? Because it's the knowing of where you can be in the future. That is the most important thing, right? To tell yourself that, yes, sorry, that I can get there. I'm taking these steps every single day. But even though I feel like I'm not going anywhere, I have to believe that these steps are taking me somewhere and that I am going to eventually be at that place where I am picturing right now. Remember that video that Sai just showed us while she was on that thing and like laughing and the beautiful weather. A few months ago, I was messaging her and she was so sad because her sister passed away. And it was a really tough time for Sai, right? But she has been able to continue to move forward and to realize that life isn't so bad. Like life, there is still so much beauty and happiness in your life. And you have to allow that to happen within you. Let it come to you. Open your heart and allow it to come, right? Because your life, you can be happy again. You can experience those beautiful moments and beautiful weather. Thank you, Sai. Again, right? Trisha says your mind is powerful and our words are powerful. It is, Trisha. That's why my motto is your mind matters, because it is. Your mind is the most powerful thing besides love, because everything starts from up here. That's the one thing I learned through my journey about how powerful your mind is, how strong, how and words, right? Words, like everything, like even when you're having a conversation with someone and you say something to them, you could say it in so many different ways, right? And some people aren't really good at that. My wife used to be like that. She would just like say it straight out, and I was like, hon, you just think before you say, okay? Because those words, they can hurt someone, and those words, they might not able to ever forget about them, right? So like when I speak, and if I wanted to say something bad to someone, I would kind of say it in a way where it wouldn't hurt them so bad, because it does make a difference. So imagine that, you telling yourself, right? If you're saying bad things to yourself, you're harming yourself, even though it may not seem like it, right? So if you want to see your life change, if you want to start seeing like a more positive future and better tomorrows, then start saying good things about yourself. Start thanking yourself and start appreciating everything that you've done. Like you just have to know it, that hey, I'm going through something really hard right now, right? But and for my last live, you guys were here, some of you guys, we were talking about how you are a survivor, right? Like how many obstacles have you gone through so far in your life, and yet you are here today, right? Did you not overcome all those obstacles? Yes, right? You remind yourself that, hey, you know what? I did that. I can't believe I did that, but I did, right? So you have to remind yourself that if you're going through something really difficult right now, gather up that strength to remind yourself, hey, you know what? I will not let this chapter defeat me, because I have the ability to overcome this. If it's dark, this darkness, right? I can do this. You can do this. I was telling myself every single day when I was going through my anxiety and depression that I can't do it. I won't heal myself. I will never be happy. I will never be this. I'll never, never, never. No, no, no. I would, I can't. Right. And that's why I hit rock bottom, because every day while my mind was attacking me, I was sinking deeper and deeper into the depths of darkness, right? Where I eventually couldn't breathe anymore. And that's when my panic attacks happened, right? And then I realized, wait a second, Roger, why are you telling yourself all these things? Why are you telling yourself that your life sucks? Did you not look around and see what God has given you? That you have all these children, that you have a loving wife, and you have a super strong mother that will never give up on you, that your brother flew all the way from Hong Kong, dropped everything and came to help you. You know, your sister came as many times as possible to come see you, like all those things. This is before Kona came into my life, by the way. When Kona came into my life, it was absolutely changed everything too, right? So, you know, it changed my perspective on everything, you know, like how, you know, because the problem was I wasn't seeing changes in my life until I started to see changes. But those changes started to happen to me when I decided I wanted to make changes. That day I decided to clean the basement. The day I decided to clean my basement changed everything because I woke up every single morning not looking forward to anything. And that was my day every single day. However, when I decided I wanted to wake up in the morning and, you know, start cleaning the basement, I had something to look forward to, right? Trisha says, "You are God's masterpiece. He doesn't create junk. Love yourself. You matter." Oh, I love that. That's a beautiful quote, Trisha. I love that so much. You do matter. You do matter. You know, not only does your mind matter, but you matter. It's like, that's why you know, after I cleaned up the basement, I told myself that, how did everything change? Like, why am I seeing all these changes, and why do I feel so different about myself? It's because I took that time that I had on every day that you're given, right? That time, and I didn't focus it all on the negative stuff. I didn't focus on my dark future. I was focusing all on creating a better me. You know, like challenging myself and believing in myself, and bringing up back my self-confidence, you know, and allowing myself to believe that, you know, that taking steps and doing something physical and keeping yourself occupied, right, allows you to be in a place where you're not sitting inside your mind trying to figure out why your life is so bad, right? Because you're so focused on, you know, creating something good for yourself so that you can cause a ripple effect, right? So that your tomorrows can be better. And that's when I start to see these crazy changes. And then the more I started to challenge myself, the more I started seeing this running more smoothly, the more clearer my vision was, and the more I started to believe in myself and believe that I was going to heal myself, right? Oh my gosh, I think my mom gave me gave me a cough. My mom's coughing right now, so excuse me if I'm coughing, but I hope I don't get sick. um, every day, Patty says, every day I like to take 4 or 5 letters from the alphabet and say to myself, I am awesome, I am beautiful. That is beautiful, Patty, and that is something that, you know, a lot of people should do, like practice. You know, some people were telling me they put post-it notes on their mirror so they can see it every morning and before they go to bed to remind themselves. People put it on their fridge, you know, like just on a chalkboard. I mean, on a one of those. Hi, Kona. How are you doing? Come here. Come here. Oh, Kona's wearing a dress. I want to show you, but she took off. But it's great. You know, that's all about that's all about the same thing about affirmations, right? Trisha, I learned last night on Zoom about our breath, and concentrate on our breathing releases stress and emotions, and it does. You know, when I was going through my panic attacks, one of the things they were teaching me was about breathing, right? And for me, my panic attacks were so bad I couldn't even focus on breathing. That's how bad it was. You know, I had to basically take the medication to basically allow me to breathe again. But once you start to get to the habit of training yourself to breathe properly, and you just, you know, inhale and exhale, there are different practices and different ways so that you can kind of get yourself in the present moment and kind of put yourself in a place where you can feel peace, right? To kind of like block the outside world and just go deep with in your inner self, right? And, you know, and that is home, right? And it's like being grounded, right? So, you know, those breathing techniques really do help. So, you know, some people do it like as like a routine, like a daily exercise. They would just sit there and they just practice breathing, right? Because breathing is so important. Like when I was going through my panic attacks, oh my gosh, it was like I was telling myself, I just want to have one good breath, like just to be able to like inhale really deeply and exhale really deeply. But I couldn't because my heart was going at such a fast rate, and it was just, when you have anxiety and depression, if you've had it before, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's crazy. I do have water. Thank you, Patty. Patty always reminds me about my water, just like how Farana reminds me about my coffee. Mm. But I feel something here. I think I might be catching something, but hopefully I'll be okay tomorrow. We're going out for dinner, so I want to be able to make it for my birthday dinner. Trisha, yes, Dorinda, it was so good. Lots of people had tears on the Zoom after we closed our eyes and breathed. My eyes watered. It was peaceful. It's so peaceful, right? When you are in that moment, it is like, it's crazy, like where you can really, when you focus, right? If that kind of proves to you that when you really put your mind into something, when you really, your intention is to focus on one thing, you can get so much out of it, right? So for example, Trisha, on that Zoom call, you were so focused on, closing your eyes and breathing, right? So that's why I talk a lot about focus, because focus is so important, right? Focus. When you start to focus on what you want in your life and how you're going to get it and what you're going to do every single day to achieve it, that's when you start seeing big changes, because you're so focused. And because you have this goal, and because you're so focused on becoming a better you don't have time to listen to the negative thoughts in your head. You don't have time for people to tell you that, hey, you know what? This is this is where your happiness lies. This is how you're going to be happy. This is what you should be. This is what you should do, right? When you are so focused on yourself and just trying to get better, you literally don't care what they say, because they won't have any effect on you, because you're just like, well, that's not where I'm heading. That's not where I want to go. That's not who I want to be, right? So you could tell me all you want, but I'm not going to listen to it, right? If you have that kind of mindset, then you're definitely heading the right direction, right? Because there's always going to be someone that's going to, say something about what you're doing, or, like, and sometimes it gets to you because you're just kind of like, maybe they're right, maybe, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it. And then bam, there goes there goes that, right? And you have that choice to tell yourself, no, I don't have to listen to those people, right? And one of the hardest things is if your parents tell you, right? Your parents are telling you, or they're kind of like writing the script for you and telling you what school you have to go to, what courses you have to take. And then if you don't do the things that they want you to do, then then they feel that you might feel that they're disappointed in you. And then it's kind of like, but it's my life though. Yes, you're my mom and you're my dad, but still I have my own life, and I want to try to, this is my journey, and I want to do whatever I can to make myself happy. Okay. Like if you weren't able to do that to make yourself happy because you didn't get a chance to do it, but you want me to do the things that you weren't able to do, please don't do that, because I it's like you have this one life here. And after that, you go to heaven, come back if you believe in reincarnation, all that. But I'm just talking about this one life that you have right now. You have to try to do as much as you can every single day to try to, and I talked about my last live, right? To try to become that better version of yourself every single day, right? It's not like one day per week you're going to be like, okay, today I'm just going to do something that's going to be beneficial for me. Wait 6 days later and then do it again. Like if you just have that mindset where you could just tell yourself that, I'm like, before I go to bed, I want to be able to feel that I accomplished something today. I want to feel like I did something today that when tomorrow comes, I can feel like, yeah, you know what? I did something that I can say that I leveled up a little bit, like I was able to, do something to change something up here that made me feel or believe in yourself more, or, your self-confidence level is a little bit higher, or, that you feel more motivated about doing something, like, you want to go in and you want to challenge yourself more, those kind of things, right? Like, all those things were missing in my life when I had my anxiety and depression, because I didn't focus that time on myself. The only thing I was doing was, focusing on how bad my future was going to be, right? Negative energy brings negative energies. It does, Patty. It does, totally. Like that negative thinking, it's so hard for us not to think negatively, but it's just about training your mindset, training yourself to think. And remember, I talked about it last live, right? About, being able to have that power to choose what are the thoughts that you should focus your attention to, right? So if you're spending most of your time thinking about the negative thoughts, then obviously what's going to happen, the outcome is going to be negative, right? However, if you start, telling yourself, wait a second, if I want a positive life and I'm thinking negatively all the time, that's not going to happen, right? Because, it just doesn't match. But however, if I really start focusing on my positive thoughts, then I can start seeing changes, right? It should work that way, right? And it does, because, the more positively you think, the more positive life is going to be, right? My son had a sore throat too, so, oh man, it's okay. I'm going to be fine, guys. I definitely, if I do get that sore throat and I lose my voice, I'm definitely not going to be doing my live stream tomorrow. I can still see you, Shell, in the background. Trisha, I learned a long time ago that I must invest in myself or I am no good for anyone else. I was a single mom, so if I don't take care of me, my daughter may not have a mom. Her dad was not around. You're right, Trisha, and that the one of the main reasons why I decided to heal myself and decided to change my life was because of my kids, was because of my wife, was because of my mom, my family, right? The people that love me and that surround me, they were the main reasons. And this is going to bring me back to my miracle, the biggest miracle in my life, probably. And you guys probably heard it before. So I'm just going to say it again because I think that, well, today's topic is about miracles, right? So this is the biggest miracle that happened to me is, before I took that, I left my house, leaving the house meaning goodbye forever, that kind of, but not physically harming myself. Everything was a mess in my life, like I just didn't think that there was no purpose for me to be in the family more. That's what I was thinking up here. Pretty crazy, right? To think that way. Told myself that my kids don't need me. My wife doesn't need me. My mom doesn't need me. Nobody needs me. I'm useless, right? All I do is I cry all day. I complain. I have rage fits all day. I'm like this monster in this house. So how do you fix the problem? Well, get the monster out of the house, right? So I was like, well, I'm the monster, right? So I think I should leave. So I packed my bags. I think I put like 2 bottles of water. I brought my wallet. I brought my I think I had like $70 in cash. I brought an umbrella because it was cloudy that day. And that's it, right? And my goal was to just walk, 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 walk until I fall, until I was hoping that I was going to have a panic attack and just that's it. So I started walking, and the funny thing was, as I was walking, I wasn't thinking about my family at all, which is kind of weird, right? Because I had only one goal, was just to collapse, right? And I walked. It was like an hour, 2 hours, and I didn't even really feel like it was that long, honestly, right? But I just kept walking, 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 and eventually my legs were getting really tired. Like I barely could walk anymore. It's like 4.5 hours I was walking, right, down this one road, and I knew I was approaching my sister's neighborhood, right? So there was this intersection, right? And right before I actually crossed the street, I asked myself, no, sorry, 30 minutes before I hit that intersection, I looked up and I said, God, please show me a sign if I have a purpose here on earth, or if better things are going to happen to me. Do I have a purpose? Please, please, please show me a sign. Half an hour later, after I did that, I'm walking and I realized that I was close to my sister's house, right? So there was this intersection and I was like, should I cross it? Just continue walking till I collapse, or my legs are really tired, or should I just turn right and just go to my sister's house, or at least sit on her front porch, right? Because I am absolutely drained. Okay. And I decided I was going to walk forward because I was like, you know, no one's gonna remember me anyways. That's so weird, right? To have that kind of thinking, right? But that's how bad I was. So, I kept walking. And so right before I crossed that intersection, this car pulls up, window rolls down. My sister on the passenger side says, Roger, what are you doing here? And I was so shocked because I was like, how is this possible? Like, what are the chances that my sister shows up like right there, right before I cross the street, right? Because imagine if she didn't show up and I decided that and I just kept walking straight forward. Maybe I would have collapsed. Maybe everything would have been everything would have been different. I can tell you that, right? But she stopped me and she says, "Roger, I'm taking you home." Right? And when I went into the car, I couldn't believe it, first of all. And all of a sudden, my life flashback. I had a flashback. My whole life, I could just start seeing everything that happened to me in my life. And then the main images that popped in my head were my kids, were my family. My mom, how she was crying every single day, and she was been there for me every single day, trying to get me to get better. And I was like, if she found out that I left the family, her heart would have been broken. Like she didn't give up on me, so why am I giving up on myself? Right? So I was like, I need to do something to make things better, right? Like when I go home, I have to start appreciating what I have. I have to start being grateful for what God has given me, right? Like everything I've been through so far on my journey, yes, it has been horrible, but can you fix it? What can you do to change it to make things better? Those were the thoughts that I started thinking about. So I was, trying to think of what Roger, what can you do? What can you do? Right. And that kind of woke me up in a way, right? It just really made me more aware of really what's going on. Like I had to step out. I talked about the last live, right? About stepping outside of the box. Sometimes you have to pull yourself out of your own body to basically view on what's going on in your life. Right. And I started to see everything. Right. And I was like, Roger, in order for anything to get better, you need to make yourself better first, right? Because everything that is not going so well right now is because it's coming from you. Excuse me. So that's when I started to tell myself, Roger, you can't wake up every single morning thinking that your life sucks. Like I was so afraid of those panic attacks because right when I wake up, I had a panic attack, right? So that's why I think that kind of stopped me from doing something. So I remember telling myself, Roger, when you wake up tomorrow, try not to be so scared, right? Why don't you try something different, right? If you want to see change, then start making changes, right? Makes sense, right? And then as I was trying to think about what I can do to make my life change, that's when I figured out, that's when I saw my basement and I said, maybe this could be something that I can do, right? Maybe I can really just attempt to try cleaning this basement because like literally you couldn't even step downstairs because it was just packed with stuff, right? So and that's what I did. That's when I went down to my basement and changed everything. So that you see how that miracle that is definitely a miracle. Okay, guys, that's like 1 in a million chance that's something that like that could happen. I looked at that and I said, this happened because this happened for a reason. This whole thing, you meeting your sister on that day, on that specific time, happened for a reason. Because I think God was telling me, like, Roger, there is something for you in the future. If you just work on yourself, you're going to see beautiful things happen, right? And I kept reminding myself that, like I got to take advantage of this, right? Like I was given a miracle, so I need to do something about it. It's like almost like a second chance, right? It's like I look at that when I slipped and hit my head on the concrete step that day when I had my concussion. And something different could have happened, right? I might not have even woken up that day. That could have been my last day, right? So I look at that and I'm like, you got to think of that as you get a second chance at life, right? So what are you going to do about it? You need to really, really try to do something now, to try to do as much as you can now, because you just never know what can happen, right? So that's why I do what I do. Like I really want to spend all of my time now to try to help as many people as I can. Because I know it's in my heart. It's always been in my heart ever since I was a kid. Farhana, you made it to my live. Wow, Farhana, how are you doing, Farhana? I'm so glad you could join. I know my voice sounds like this because I think I'm catching a cold. Thank you so much, Farhana. Love you so much. Farhana, would you like to come live and meet Shell? Trisha, that's the devil. He likes to put those thoughts in your mind. It's a battle of the mind. The devil is a liar. Rebuke him in Jesus' name. I pray, amen. And it does feel like a demon. Like it just felt like it wasn't me. It felt like someone came into my life and was controlling. I was the puppet and they had the strings and they're telling me to do this, telling me to do that, and telling me that. So yes, you have to fight those demons, right? Realize that it is not you, right? That you have to gather that strength to battle them off, right? And that you do have that strength to do so, right? We all have that strength. And sometimes life is going to throw you something and it's going to make you feel really, really weak, right? And I think it happens to us because we need to discover for ourselves that we always had this strength within us. But the only way it's going to come out is if you are being challenged, right? And like a warrior does not learn how to become a better warrior until he actually goes through a war, right? He doesn't get the experience and he learns more strategies on how to overcome the next battle, right? We're always learning. And so our life is like a battle, is like a war. And we just have to go through our journey, understanding that we need to go through these adversities so that we can learn to become stronger, right? You are all very creative and have so many gifts. You're special and he's trying to take you out. I had a spiritual miracle happen to me. Ooh, Jackie, I'd like to know about that. Would you like to talk to us about that, Jackie? Would you like to come live and talk about your story? I'm trying to get another guest here. Shell has been here. Sai was here earlier. She showed us that beautiful paradise place where she was at. And Shell, we have that echo issue. But Shell, do you have anything else to say? I know you're here. I can see you, but if you do, just nod your head. Okay. Just let me know. Just put your hand up and I'll bring you back on. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. You guys know I love to talk, right? Trisha, yes, we all go through challenges. We become stronger. Yes, every single day we have to go through something. It's just like you just wish that why can't today just be like super smooth, right? And sometimes we will have those days, right, where it's just kind of like, wow, actually today went pretty well, right? But then what happens the next day is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened, man. I was on a 1-day streak, right, of something good happening. When I was going through my anxiety depression, it was like longest streak of like bad days. Like there's not one day where something good happened to me. Like there was not one day. I tried to make something good. There's one day I was like, maybe I need to do something to make it a good day. So I went out and tried to cut the grass, but I just couldn't focus on it because in my mind, it was telling me that, Roger, this is so useless. What are you trying to do? Like cutting the grass? Do you think your life is going to get better by cutting the grass? You think tomorrow is going to be different? I mean, that was my mindset, right? But if you have the mindset telling yourself that, yes, I am trying to do something different today. Yes, I do want to see changes. And after I cut this grass, I'm going to feel better. If I had that mindset of telling me that and reminding myself, it would have been different, right? But that's why, like, if you're going through depression, anxiety, it's really tough to kind of like get yourself out of that place where you just can't stop thinking negatively. You just can't. Like it feels like it's almost impossible to just hang on to that one positive thought that's telling you like today you're going to be good. Tomorrow is going to be okay, right? Just hang in there. Like it kind of like you hear it for like a split second and then it just vanishes, right? And then you're back into thinking to your negative thoughts, right? But that's why, focus and learning how to strengthen your mindset and all those things are so crucial, right? Because that's what you want to do is you want to be able to start listening to those positive, voices in your head become louder. And that's how you're going to be able to focus more because all you hear are good things, like your circle is so important. The people surrounding you is so important because if you have people that are there with you every single day, that's making you laugh, making you smile, telling you that, that they're proud of you or, just saying good things to you, that's just going to help you. Right. And, I'm so fortunate to have those type of people around me. Right. Except for the time when I was pushing myself away from them because they were trying, right? My family was trying to say all these good things to me, but it was me I was the one that was just blocking them because I was kept telling them like, you don't know what it's like to have anxiety depression. You really don't understand what's going up here, right? Even though you're telling me that I'm going to be okay, I'm going to feel better, and I'm going to be happy again. I just said no, I'm not. I know I'm not. So that was me, right? So they could be trying to help you, but that's why it's so important to work on yourself first, because you need to help yourself, heal yourself first, right? Before you can start seeing the environment outside of you change, right? Because as you change, your environment changes with you, right? Thank you so much for Hannah. You like my this is one of my favorite t-shirts as well. Thank you so much for Hannah. Trisha says, I learned to create healthier daily habits to help me grow to become I have Rita on. I see her. I'm gonna bring Rita on soon. Just give me 1 second, Rita. Blessings for all your kids and your lovely wife. Thank you so much, Farhana. Farhana, would you like to come live? I'm going to put this link here. I'm going to bring Rita on. If anybody wants to join, here's the link. And Trisha says, some days I don't want to do it, but I push myself. And you know what, Trisha? That is so important because so many of us are telling ourselves, I don't want to do it today. I don't want to do it today. I'm going to save it for later, or I'm going to save it for next week. But I realize that when you tell yourself that, then you're just wasting time. If you have the time right now to do it, then do it, because it's going to make such a big difference. And it changes the way how you get things accomplished. Like you just think about it. If you had something that's sitting there, like just say something dirty on the table and you just left it there, but you had time to actually do it right there, right now, but you said, no, I'll just do it tomorrow. I like now I see something on the table, I put it right away because it's going to change the way you think up here. All right, I have two people here. Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I see you. Oh, she went off. I'll bring Rita in first. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Roger. Good
How
night,
are you doing, Rita? I
everyone.
have Jacqueline on. I saw her. Jacqueline, please come back. Jackie. Okay, Jackie's going to try again. I can see there's no echo. I fixed it. Is there echo, guys? Can you hear?
No, no, there isn't.
No echo?
No
Okay.
echo.
Okay, this is great because that last time I had so much struggles like trying to concentrate, but I'm so glad I fixed it. But Shell helped me. Shell was with me half an hour prior to the show, and we were just trying to figure it out. But I think it's something on Shell's side that she probably on her side that she needs to fix. But don't worry, Shell, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix it. How are you doing, Rita? Did
Um,
you were
um,
you
um,
here? Were you here when Sai showed the video of her
yeah,
outside?
yes. Well, that's the kind of weather that we have here in the Caribbean, so it's familiar to me.
Oh, right. You're so lucky. But
Yeah.
how's the weather there today?
Well, we actually had a lot of rain because we are actually in the rainy season now. We just have like
Oh,
two seasons in the Caribbean, sunny season and rainy season. So the first half of the year usually is rainy and the second half is sunny.
okay,
We
okay.
don't have like a winter or
You guys don't
anything
have the
like
snow.
that.
Would you like to come to Toronto to see the snow?
Well, I have experienced winter in England. I
Oh,
experienced
okay.
winter in England and in New York.
Okay, yeah. New York has pretty much the same weather as we do.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we've been lucky so far. I mean, sometimes it's like snowing around this time, so it hasn't yet. So it's actually snowing in Ottawa. My daughter showed me a picture. It's like actually snowing in Ottawa. So, it's just different weather, different places, right?
Yeah.
So Kenya says no echo, and Trisha says hi, Rita.
Hi.
So my question is, Rita, I guess you know that we've been talking about miracles. I just spoke. I just talked about my miracle. Do you have a miracle that happened to you where you can say, or something that happened to you in your life that you said, I can't believe that just happened to me?
Yeah. Well, remember recently I was telling you about the a couple years ago with my health issues
Yep.
and you know and I think in addition to health, my children are my miracle
Yes, they are.
because I grew up always suffering with this anxiety and depression, so I have a history of it,
You had it
you
when you
know.
were 13, was it? Was it 13?
Around
Oh,
12,
that's
yeah, I
early.
started. Yeah, and I used to be like sometimes honestly like afraid like if I fall into relationships because of this anxiety and depression, if these things will work out. And it did. And then when my children start coming along, I mean, they are my miracle because I always thought that even this anxiety and depression would hold me back from actually meeting somebody nice and,
Yep.
getting married, having children. So, my
And you
children, my
eventually did.
husband,
You eventually found someone. You actually got married, and and that's the funny thing about anxiety, right? It's like it just starts, spitting out all these things that make you believe that these are going to happen, right? And it stops us from crossing that bridge, right? That bridge of fear,
and
right?
that has held me back a lot. Trust me, anxiety and depression and fear. Oh my.
There's so much fear. We all have it, right? We all have these fears, right? And that's why I love writing quotes about crossing that bridge, and to see what's on the other side, because the only way you're going to find out is if you actually take those steps and you tell yourself, I need to at least try or believe that there's something good for me there, right? Because if you don't even have that thought that good things are going to happen to you, then maybe if you do believe in yourself and do believe that there's something good that's going to happen in your future, it's probably going to happen because you do believe in it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're telling yourself, I'm too scared, I just don't think it's going to happen to me, obviously, like if you're thinking that all the time, then you're not going to see it, you know what I mean? That's not going to be part of your vision,
Like
right?
I always tell myself, and I heard you were saying it earlier, you cannot expect positive things to happen if you're thinking negative. It just doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. Exactly. Right.
So, we got to think positive and in order for positive things to happen. And
Oh, who's that?
Nyan, come say hello. Come say hello.
Oh, say hi.
That's my younger son. He's my little one.
I
He
like to
was
say
the one
hi.
that actually encouraged me to come on the live, but he's too shy.
Really? Good job. Because your mom is doing such an amazing job. Look at that. She was so shy, but now she's like, second time, right? You've been live, right? And
Yeah.
you were doing, like I was saying, like you should have your own podcast.
Oh,
Trust
thanks so
me,
much.
when I started filming, I was so I thought I'd be okay because if I acted before, I've been on stage, I've sang like in front of like 10,000 people, but I don't know. I was just like I maybe it's because I just recovered from anxiety depression, but I can look back at my first video ever on Facebook. For Hana remembers it. I was like I was so scared, right? I was just so scared. But obviously it took me a lot of practice and a lot of videos and stuff for me to be able to do what I do today, right?
And
Just
you're
to
very outspoken. You speak well,
thank you
you
so
speak
much.
well.
Thank you,
Very,
thank you, thank you.
I mean, you don't have anything written there, written script or anything, and it just
No, it's
flows.
just basically I mean, a lot of people do have the scripts, but I think I mentioned this one of my last lives. It's just I just want people to see me as, oh, he's really speaking from his heart because he's not reading any papers or lines or anything, right?
Yeah.
So, but I do prepare myself of what I want to say, but like a lot of the stuff I said today, I had no idea I was gonna say. So
Yeah. Yeah, no,
yeah.
so far very good. It's very inspiring because, I've been having in recent times very challenging moments. Every day
Well,
is like
especially with
a
your health,
challenge
you
for
had
me.
that problem, right? You had to battle through that, right? So,
Yeah.
but
It's just,
something good happened recently with that, right? Like you're doing better,
yeah,
right?
recently where
That's a
the
miracle.
tests and stuff. Yeah, that is a miracle as
It
well.
is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, because your health is
So,
the health is number one, right? Because if you don't have your health, it's hard to do a lot of things, right? So,
yeah,
and health causes, like if you have bad health, it causes a lot of anxiety. It causes a lot of depression, right? So,
correct, correct.
wh-
Very
why do you think
true.
it's so hard to be human? It's just like so hard, right? So hard. But that's why I talk about that, just being grateful and that love that you and that time you need to spend on yourself. And it's not selfish, right? When people say why, like they don't some people just don't understand why you put so much effort onto yourself, because you need to be, in order to get to your happiness, obviously you need to work on yourself. This is the only way you're going to be able to find out what your happiness is.
And then you have no use to anyone if you yourself are in a rut.
Exactly. That's who I was before I healed myself. That's exactly what I felt. Like I couldn't do anything. And that's why I left my family and I just kept walking, because I felt like I was useless, right? That they don't need me anymore. Like what literally what is my purpose there, crying all day and yelling but it was a little bit of a selfish act for me to step out of that because I didn't say bye to anybody, right? They like nobody. And just now I could look back at it. Well, they already forgave me because they didn't even know where I went, but they understood what was going on up here because it
But
wasn't it
sometimes,
wasn't
Roger, honestly, I've been there where anxiety and depression, it's not like you want to be there. You don't want to, your heart doesn't really want to walk out from that house.
yeah.
But sometimes, like, your mind saying, it's just like I don't have any choice.
Yep. Your mind is telling you that.
Maybe I'm freeing others from all
Yep.
this negativity.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I was that's exactly what I was thinking. Kenya says, I remember you were supposed to sing to us. You know what? Now that I'm getting this cough, I hope I am okay for tomorrow, but I am going to sing. I'll be ready for Christmas. Okay, guys, I promise you, I'm going to sing a Christmas carol, and Rita's going to join me, right, Rita?
I, I actually I actually do Indian singing. I
Do
think I
you?
mentioned that. Yes, I do. I
Oh,
do.
great! So you could do
Well,
something on my concert. Everyone can sing something. You don't have to be like an amazing singer, but I know that everybody has some sort of capabilities to sing at least a little bit.
well, happy early birthday. Well,
Thank
it's
you,
ten
thank
twenty
you.
seven here. I know, and I'm a day after you.
You're about the same time as me, right? It's 9:30 p.m.
Ah,
right now
right.
Eastern.
So, and I am 10. I'm 1 hour ahead of you. 10:27.
Okay, okay. Because we had daylight savings, so we went back an hour, so we would have been the same time as you. We went,
Right.
yeah, we lost an hour, so we
Usually
actually went.
during the summertime, you're the same time as
Yeah,
me.
summertime is the same time as you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh man, say hi to your son. How many of your kids are living with you right now? All of them, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have two. One is 17, one is 10.
Oh yeah, you showed me the photos. You showed me
Right.
your
So,
beautiful
yeah,
children. They are a
yeah.
blessing. They are. I
Thank
mean,
you.
are you ready to be
Yeah,
a
but
grandmother? Not yet, but 10 years. 10 years. That's too early.
yeah, not as yet. Yeah, but I would like to have granddaughters. Yes.
Oh, because you never had a daughter, right? And to have a granddaughter.
No.
See,
I
those are some
actually
things.
I heard you earlier talk about a twin. I was actually a twin, but the other my mother had a normal pregnancy, and while giving birth, one actually died. So my other half
Oh, you actually
died.
had a twin. Oh, okay. I think I
Yeah.
saw you write something there, or somebody else here had the same kind of thing too, right? With the twins. I can't remember, but yeah, that's sometimes. Does that make you think sometimes like you could have had a sister or brother and how your life
Yeah,
would have
I think
been?
about it all the time, and my mother said we were like
Oh, Trisha was
identical
the one, yeah.
girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So Trisha, were you a twin too? Trisha had the same similar story too, I think. That's what I thought I saw. Yeah, I mean, like, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, obviously, it would be something that you would think about because it'd be like, well, my life would be completely different because I would actually have a sibling to grow up with, right? Do you think it was something that may have caused your anxiety? Like, does that story affect you in a way?
Actually, when this anxiety and depression started early o'clock, doctors were actually trying to link it with that, They were trying to link it
Oh,
with
okay.
that.
So I
Yeah,
thought that maybe that might have affected it, right?
yeah. They actually linked it with that. So
Hmm.
maybe.
It could, but now you have your own children. They are a blessing.
And they are
Um,
definitely.
and the best thing
And
is
good boys.
when you spend time with them because I knew that because when my father was raising us, he was working all the time. It was my mom that brought us up really. And I said all the time that it wasn't because my dad didn't love us or anything. It's because he loved his family. So he had to work really hard to make sure that we were happy. Right. So we didn't get a lot of time to spend with him, but there were some times he would take us out. Right. But I remember as I was growing up, I was telling if I ever have kids that I want to spend, first of all, spend as much time as I can with them, uh, be as communicative as to them as much as possible. I want them to know that I will always be there, and just be almost like their best friend kind of deal, where we just have that relationship where we're really, really close. So it happened, right? Like before my anxiety and my depression, I had all of that, right? That's why it was so hard for me when I actually went through that darkness was to realize that I was losing all of that, like everything that I worked so hard for, like all that that loving relationship and those happy moments with my family. It started to like disappear, right? And then I started having problems with my wife, and she wanted to leave me, and she actually left me. I had to deal with that on top of my anxiety, depression, and my concussion all at the
Yeah,
same time, right?
that's a
So
lot.
it was just too overwhelming for me, and again, as a human being, it's just tough to tell yourself that, hey, Roger, don't worry about it. Just keep moving forward. Everything's going to be
Mhm.
okay, right? It's just like anyone could tell you that, but it's just like there's just so much here happening here and here, right? You've lost like that sense of that love, and all I wanted to do was be a great father, like one of the best fathers out there. You know, that I think that was one of my missions, right? But at the same time, I also lost a sense of who I was. So it was very difficult to pick myself back up and get my life going again. And I just gave up because I just thought that it's probably never going to happen because I have anxiety and depression. I'm going to have it for the rest of my life. And I'm taking 4 pills a day. Right. Yeah. On top of that, the medication was like that really hurt me a lot mentally. But I was able to do it. You know, I was able to figure out what I needed to do to help myself, what I needed to think up here to start making changes in my life. And then not just think about it, but actually doing it. You have to physically do something to get like in this world, you physically have to do something to get it done. Think first, get it done physically, and watch it happen. Right. So once I started to get that momentum going, I started to see those changes and I started to see my life change. And that's why I always remind people, like I almost every single day I have a quote about strength, because I think strength is like the number one thing to remind people of, because we always tend to forget how strong we are, because it's just how we are, right? So, strengthening your mindset is the most important thing, honestly, because once you have it right up here, you can make anything happen. Because if you can manifest, if you can like think of something that you really want, right? You're thinking in your head, you're manifesting it, but your heart also believes that it's going to become a reality for yourself. It's like magic. It's like it will come to you, right? Trisha says, my sister was stillborn. We were fraternal twins. We were due to be born November 22nd. I was born on the 5th. My mom was grateful to bring one baby back home then. They didn't do all those tests back then, like ultrasounds. Oh, I see. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's true.
mean, your mom, your mom is grateful. Like your mom was probably grateful too, right, Rita, to see that at least I
Yeah,
brought one into the world, right?
mm,
Like even
yeah,
though I don't
definitely.
know how hard it must have been just to your mom to go through that,
Because you had a perfect pregnancy,
Yep.
up to date with all your checkups and your
Yep.
follow-ups, and just during delivery that happened. So that would have been really traumatizing for her.
hmm Yeah. That's amazing. Miracles, like, that's birth is like I look at birth as like probably one of the biggest miracles that we have. Like just to be able to create another life, right? It's just like sometimes you don't think about it, but sometimes I do think about it. Like when I see my kids running around the house or walking around the house or they're talking to me, I'm just like, wow, my wife and I created them. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is
I
amazing.
say, I say the same thing to my husband. I just be like, wow, we actually made these children.
I
And
know.
then you look at them and you see maybe they have their nose or they have their eyes, and it is be like, wow.
I know it's just something, and those are the things that that make me laugh and smile, remind me how beautiful life can be and stuff like that, right? So, oh, I'm feeling it, guys. Oh shoot, I hope I'm gonna be okay. I gotta take my Chinese medication. I kind of felt it though yesterday when I tasted my coffee in the morning. When you're starting to feel something when some things start not tasting the same, right? So,
Yeah. We have in Trinidad here, we usually mix these little, as you say, these little Caribbean medication.
yep,
Like we would do a little bit of lime with honey
yep,
and have that
on honey,
little drink,
yeah.
and it soothes the throat.
The throat, right? Yeah. I just hope I don't lose my voice, because my wife did. She lost her voice for like 2 days. I don't know. Oh, man. Take a spoon of honey. There you go, Trisha. Yeah, honey. Honey is great. We do have a lot of like there's so much Chinese herbs and like so many different things that we can take. So I'm gonna try that first, but just hopefully I'm okay, you know. Oh, my birthday. Come on.
I'm sure all will be well, Roger. Just
Yeah,
just
I know.
just
Uh I'm just
That was
I just gonna have to enjoy it, and I will try to go live tomorrow, but most likely I probably won't because it is going to be. I am going to go out for dinner, right? So, and who knows how bad this is going to get. So I'm glad whoever came today. You guys are so amazing to come and wish me happy birthday and to be here on my live, and um, it really means a lot to me. Um, wow, what a journey it's been. Ever since I was, I was lying on that couch thinking that, hey, you know what, Roger, you're going to be on this couch for the rest of your life. And now it's just like, I get to meet all of you guys and have my input about my journey and hopefully it's changing your life as well. And it just means so much to me that I've been able to be a part of your lives, to be able to be there for you and help you as much as I possibly can, right? And your loyalty and your support, like, my YouTube lives are very small compared to my Facebook, but you guys you took the time, right, to come here. And Shell, she spent half an hour with me just trying to fix my audio thing. So you guys are, and Sai, even though she's at a birthday party, she's like, wishing me happy birthday, getting her family to say happy birthday to me is amazing, right? Trisha says, I'm enjoying your chat and your guests on here. Oh, I love you
thank
guys so much.
you.
Patty stays positive. Sandra says, happy birthday. Hey, Sandra, thank you so much. Kelly says, good night. Hope you have an amazing birthday. Thank you so much, Kelly, for coming. It means so much to me. Kenya, thank you. Oh, my God, Trisha. And Trisha, your friends that came. Oh, my gosh. Rita coming live and Shell for joining live. We're gonna do this again. I don't know when if I do lose my voice, I won't be able to do a live for another week, but hopefully it's not too bad.
I think you should sip a little bit again, Roger. You should
Pardon?
sip. You should have a sip again.
Oh, I should definitely have water. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Rita, again. I'm gonna have you on. See, now it's in my next live when I ask you to come, you'll be like, yeah, get me on, right? I had who was it who came on earlier that she was on for a little while and then she
Someone
got
was trying to come.
disconnected. I hope she can. Jackie, it was Jacqueline. Hopefully, if Jacqueline, you're still on, thank you so much for trying. Maybe we'll get it to work next time, right, Jacqueline? Farhana has been so quiet. I don't know if she's still here. I really want to get Farhana. Farhana, I've known for like the longest time, right? So hopefully, I can get Farhana to go live. And oh wait, I'm gonna bring Shell back on. So you guys say hi. You guys know each other, right?
Not really.
But you guys know I
Sure.
talk about you guys the most, right? Or a
Maybe.
lot. So here you guys are together.
Have a wonderful birthday, Roger.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I
Being
will
snoring.
if I don't go live tomorrow, then I will show photos of my birthday dinner. How's that? At least.
Come here. Come here.
Can you guys see?
Come here.
It's
You
echoing.
want to say hello? Come here.
Owen, it's hard to make out words.
Okay.
Come here.
I think Shell just wants to show Bean before we go. Kenya, I hope I can go live on too. Bye, Bean. Good night, Bean.
He's like going back to sleep.
So cute. Look at his eyes. It's so adorable. Oh, Farhana's still here. Farhana, I would love to get you live one day soon. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna try to do something about my throat. And again, thank you so much, guys, for wishing me a happy birthday and being here for me. I love you guys so much and your wonderful support. And I will see you next live.
Feel better. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Take care,
Roger.
everybody. Good night, everybody. I will. If I do my live, I will let you know advance tomorrow. If I do my live on Facebook tomorrow, okay, guys. It might be even 5-10 minutes, but at least I'll come on and say hi to you guys. Good night, everybody. Have a super amazing weekend. Okay. Bye, Rita. I'll see you next live. Bye. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much, Kenya, Trisha, Patty, Farhana. I'm gonna run through this list. Sandra and oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. And you guys who have Dorinda was here. Oh, and Fadi was here. Thank you so much. And Esmeralda, if you're still here. Okay, good night, guys. I'll catch you next one. I love you so much. Bye.